What up, bitches? It's the misanthropic one, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant. Today I want to talk about the backlash that Killer Mike has received because of his interview with NRATV. I've talked about Killer Mike before. He's an MC from the now real underground powerhouse group known as Run the Jewels, but he's done solo work before. His team up with producer / MC LP. And if you don't know who he is, check him out, especially the Run the Jewels shit. I've reviewed their shit on my channel. I have their albums back there somewhere. Recently Killer Mike went on NRATV, which, like the title implies, it's the official, I guess, media outlet for the NRA. And he just espoused his belief in the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. And he said a lot of real shit on there. And much like every other example in today's climate, the minute you start speaking some truth, or you sort of start going against a certain narrative, you're going to encounter backlash. And I think that is the most, it's just so fucking irritating. And then he turned around and apologized for the shit too. But I'll get into that just a little bit later in the video. He went on there and he said some real shit, some shit that I've fucking espoused on this channel several fucking times. Okay, now me and Killer Mike, I guess we're sort of on opposite sides of the spectrum when it comes to politics. He's more leftist, I'm more like centrist to the right. I've said this 1,000 times. But he went on NRA TV to talk to what's this guy's name? Colin Noir. I think that's how you say his name. And I think that, number one, people were mad simply because he did that, because NRA are the bad guys. They're the ones who are evil. And by that logic, you should be happy that he went on to NRA TV to talk to them, because I've always said, dialogue, creating dialogue, an uneasy dialogue, or going into the lion's den and talking to people that you may disagree with, you could find some common ground, or you could learn where they get their ideas from, or even change yours. But we don't have that nowadays. People want to sit in their echo chambers, especially leftists. They do this like no other. They want to sit in their echo chambers and just hear what they want to hear. And when Killer Mike went on there, like I said, he spit some real shit. I mean, you can't disagree with him, especially as a black person. Like, I don't see how you could disagree with this guy. I've said it on my channel. I'm pro freedom of speech, and I'm pro Second Amendment, right to bear arms. I mean, here, let me show you something. Look. Yeah, see, I own, it's empty, don't worry. I own 3 guns myself, 3 personal guns. So, that just goes to show you, what he said was essentially, it's your right, especially as a black person. What did he say? 50 some odd years past apartheid, you need to know how to defend yourself. His daughter went to Savannah University, I forget the name of it, and there was a shooting there. What did he do? He taught his daughter, hey, listen, let me get you a gun, you're gonna train with this shit. because there's just a lot of fucking lunatics out there. The idea that the left is pushing you is that guns are the problem. And I would have a lot more respect. There was a dude, I think Dom Rasso said this. He's a U.S. Navy SEAL. I believe that he said this, and I totally agree with this. Listen, if they were honest and said, listen, we want to ban all guns, then we can have a serious conversation. But people want to sit and, you know, excuse me, hold on. The fucking screensaver came on. Keep forgetting about that with this new camera. People want to sit and act like no, we don't want to take away everything. Yes, you do. You want to take away all guns. Just say that, so at least we know where the fuck you stand. You know what I mean? This is why, again, I've always told people, like, I could rock with people who say the most fucked up shit because I know where the fuck they stand. I know exactly where they are. So until liberals and leftists come out and say that shit, you know, you want all guns banned. That's the way I'm looking at it. I saw a video uploaded by Fleckus Talks where people were actually saying that shit, and I could respect them. Even though I disagree with them, I could respect them because I know where they fucking stand. Killer Mike went on there and he was saying, essentially black people need to learn self-defense, need to have this as a form of self-defense, which I totally agree with. And you know, especially home defense too. If someone comes into your house uninvited at night, I'm sorry, I'm shooting you. I don't know who the fuck you are. You know, I'm a big believer in that. I don't care if you black, white. It has nothing to do with race. It has everything to do with protection, self-preservation. But he understands this, and again, I commend him for being a dude that doesn't follow the overall leftist narrative. He went on there, and I give him credit for that, for being a brave ass soul and saying, hey, listen, this is where I stand. This is what I believe. And, you know, especially for black people, I believe in this shit. Okay? Where he apologized, I think that first of all, he shouldn't have apologized. I'm sick and tired of people that espouse their true beliefs and then they come back and have to apologize for it. From what I'm gathering, he didn't apologize for actually going on there and, well, actually saying what he said. Supposedly he's mad because, or he apologized because he felt that they put the interview out the same day as the March for Our Lives. And I know why he's doing this, because a lot of his rapper buddies are you know, promoting that bullshit, and you know, he doesn't want to veer too far out from the rap community. You know, look, speak your mind, fuck what other people think. I mean, it just kills me how people will sit and apologize. You know, people like Matt Damon apologize for the whole Me Too shit. Charlemagne the God himself said, oh, I've said things in the past in a comedic way. He's a funny dude, and now he has to apologize for contributing to rape culture, whatever the fuck that means. I mean, listen, you went on the right platform. You went on there, you spoke your mind, leave it at that. Don't be apologizing to none of these niggas. I'm serious. Don't be apologizing to none of them. Stop doing that shit. It just kind of waters down the argument. You know, it's like, oh, you know, I'm sick of that shit. Don't apologize. Don't say nothing. Look, and again, there's some things that I disagree with Killer Mike on. You know, like the whole socialist shit, like how he was essentially supporting Bernie Sanders. I mean, I think Bernie would have been a better candidate than Hillary Clinton, but I'm not really a big socialist guy. You know what I mean? I don't believe in that shit. But I listen to what the dude says. I support him and his music. Definitely support him. He's another fellow black man, so I definitely believe in supporting him and hearing him out, you know, and he's successful as well. You know, so much love to him, but don't fucking apologize, man. I'm sick and tired of that bullshit. You didn't say nothing wrong. You espoused your opinion. You said it articulately. You didn't sit there and, you know, argue or do nothing. Shout out to Killer Mike. Shout out to Colin Noir. I guess that's how you say his name. And yeah, check the video out. I'll try and link it down there. Everybody else, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe. I don't know what to tell you, man. Support your Second Amendment. That's all. That's another thing too. Hold on, before I go, let me speak on the that whole walkout shit. That was another thing that people got mad at. I read a comment that because Killer Mike said, listen, if you walk out of that school, you better walk out of my house. Meaning, you know, because there was the whole school shooting, the recent school shooting that just happened, I believe in Florida or whatever. I think it was in Florida. I don't even remember. But they're having a walkout. All these kids that you know, it's for gun control or whatever the case may be, and supposedly his kids were going to participate in that, and he says, listen, if you walk out of school, you walk out of my house. He was essentially saying that not every fight that your ally has, you're going to jump on, which what he's saying makes sense. Certain things you just got to disagree with. You got to say, hey, look, I'm not going to jump on certain things. You know what I mean? He was teaching his kids that lesson. But of course, a lot of y'all are so pussy and you jumped. Oh, he means it. Literally, he's going to kick his kid. I mean, if he did do that, I think it would be fucked up. I don't think he's that type of guy. He doesn't strike me as that type of dude. You know, he strikes me as a sort of like a family man. But I think he was just making a point, you know, that a lot of people, you can't really jump on every single thing, every narrative out there, because some of the shit don't make sense, you know. And you see the shit on the left constantly, and on the right too. Let me be fair. There's certain shit that a lot of far right people, definitely far right people, do that I'm not down with, and there's certain things that conservatives do that I disagree with. But that's just how life is. People got to understand that you can't sit in the echo chamber forever and just keep doing and adhering to things that people say. No, you got to take a stand somewhere. So yeah, and speaking of that walkout, it was just bullshit. Again, shout out to Flecker's Talks. You know, he went up to some of these people and you know, interviewing people at different walkouts, and a lot of these people, a lot of these kids, they don't even know what the fuck they're doing. A lot of them are walking out because they just don't want to go to class. A lot of them don't even know the difference between an automatic and a semi-automatic. A lot of these people, some of them, again, I respect, because they say, hey, listen, I want to get rid of all guns. It's a stupid idea, but I respect the fact that you're saying it. But yeah, I think I'm rambling on and on. You get my point. Everybody else, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe. Like I said, support your Second Amendment, because it makes no sense for you. You have a ton of rights, and now you want to take away one of your freedoms. It just doesn't make any type of sense at all. All right, and that's it. Peace, bitches.